So let's get to work. First things first, my party people, we have to have that skill there, that first option, that first thing. Identify the question. Even if you're confused or lost or stuck, that does not stop you from at least reading a couple of words, right? Let's read a couple of words. The who, what, when, where, how many, which of the following. Anything that follows those action words, those question words, that's how you know what you're looking for. So in this case, if we look right here, how many cats? Right? I think even if we don't know what the problem is about, if we said or heard how many cats, unless you've been living under a rock for the past X years, I mean, I think we all know that, hey, we're looking for something named cats. Cool. Sounds good. So we're looking for the number of cats. I'm going to say C for cats. We're looking for C cats, the number of cats. Like Patrick, exactly. Lee. So here we go. With that, let's go ahead and now take a look at the information and let's see what's going on. Yes, I do have a lot of personality. So with that, there are 3 dogs for every 5 cats in the shelter. Okay, so we see that, okay, look, remember, we're looking for cats, right? We're looking for cats, and we see that there is a comparison between dogs and cats. Word problems typically don't do this just to do it. A lot of the times they do it because they're setting you up. So with that, write that down. Be careful about the way you write it down. There are 3 dogs for every 5 cats. Now, everybody, is that a ratio? Is that a ratio? The answer is yes. So notice how they don't actually say ratio or fraction or comparison. They said for every. And that is still another way to speak ratio. Right here, there are 3 dogs for every 5 cats. So write that down. That is an indicator of a ratio. When you're saying, hey, there are this many of this for that many of that. When you have this many of this for every that is a comparison, a solid comparison. That's a ratio. I know some of us may not have seen it, and that's why I wanted to review that with you very briefly.
Let's keep it real, my math party people. I know that watching these ASVAB videos on YouTube is great, but what if you could join me live for a free class once a week? I do have free classes live once a week for 2 hours apiece for ASVAB Math, so why not join me? Click the link right here. That way you can join me, raise your score for free, and keep kicking butt like you're doing right now. Let's get back to the action, but I hope to see you in class soon. Click there and let's get started.
And so there we have a ratio. And then we have, I'm going to say cats to dogs, 3 to 5. All good so far? Are we all good so far? No. What do you mean? That's right. We got to compare the same things in the same way. I didn't do that. I wrote dogs and cats. I wrote 3 and 5, but not in the right order. So here, notice how I wrote cats over dogs. It should be dogs to cats. The 3 belongs with dogs, which it does not here. I tried to trick you. Exactly. I got to make sure you're paying attention because at this point in the class, a lot of y'all get comfortable. Can't let that happen. So with that, we're going to make sure that we write it the right way. The dog should be up top. The cat should be on bottom. Now it's written in the right way. Now, beyond that, what else do we have? It says, hey, if there are 64 total dogs and cats at the shelter, okay, I'm going to write that over here. 64 total dogs and cats. Sounds great. And I have everything written down now. Everything's written down now. It looks like I'm able to go ahead and start taking command of this learning here, this process. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm going to base my first ratio. Honestly, I'm going to base it off of this right here. Let me just base it off of that right there. I got C over 64. And remember that the C represents cats. And the 64 represents what again, everybody? The 64 represents what? What does it represent? Krishan, my man. First in line there. Yep. Total. Represents total. Represents total. Right there. Booyah. And so, boom, we got C over 64. So cats over total. So in your head, everybody, what is the same order you need to repeat on the right side? What is the order? What are the things you need to compare on the right side? Not the numbers. I don't care about numbers. Give me the names. What am I comparing on the right side? What over what? It's 2 things. 2 things. What over what? Quick. Let's go. This is practice time. Yes, cats to total. My people, this is why I love y'all. You're willing to work hard. You're willing to make the sacrifice. Almost cursed there. So here we got up top. What number belongs up top? What is the number we should put up top? 5 for cats. Yes, 5 for cats right here. Cats is 5. Now, does that mean I should put the 3 on the bottom? No, no 3 on the bottom. It should be 8. Because if you take a look, again, if you take a look right here, you got dogs at 3. You got cats at 5. What is the total? Because again, you need a total compared to a total. You need cats compared to cats. So if I'm trying to find total here, well, guess what? If you have 3 dogs for every 5 cats, that's comparing 8 total animals at a time. So in that ratio, that is where the 8 belongs. Yes or no? Does that make sense? Perfect. And so now that we're here, everybody, here's what we got. I'm going to compare and see if I can find a little shortcut. And it just so happens that we do have a little shortcut here. It just so happens that we have, if we're trying to go from 5 to whatever the answer is, we can go the same way, right to left, and we can do 8 times 8 is 64. So 5 times 8 is going to give us our answer.
And here is your regularly scheduled announcement, my party people. Remember, guys, I host a free class every single week and more classes beyond that. So make sure to check the group tutoring schedule so you know when the classes are, when you can expect to see me live so you can raise your score and get that job you want. So click there to see the schedule, and let's keep getting back to the YouTube video right over here.
And so that means that 5 times 8 is 40, and that makes our answer 40 cats. Booyah. And there we are, C, 40. And there we have that.
And as always, my party people, thanks for watching. You can subscribe with that button right there, and you can also see a link to a video just like this one right up there. But most importantly, if you want the program and you want to raise your score the right way, every step of the way with my support, there's that link at the bottom left. Go ahead, click that link, watch the video on how the program works, subscribe, and raise your score.